Welcome to episode 25 with Charlie Dumo, who is the co-founder of Charlie's Crunch and also the founder of Dumo Digital Strategies, which is consulting for Shopify, running ads, digital
Digital marketing.
marketing. Okay, perfect. Thank you for joining me. Little
Of
back.
course.
So I met Charlie at the commercial kitchen that I was at in Illinois, where I went for a small business that I had. I was inspired because Charlie was in college and running a business at the same time. So very successful young entrepreneur who has a lot of insight. So
Thank you. Yeah, it was great to meet Jonathan. I mean, we kind of hit it off right away. I'm always a curious guy, so I'm asking questions. Any new business walks into the kitchen, and I'm a big spanakopita guy. He was making them, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Told me a little about his story, and we kind of kicked it off right there, and built a friendship since.
man, that was awesome. I remember you were having like a little party. You put your music on and you just did your thing.
Something you got to do what you got to do, and for me, like when I play music, I get in my zone. And there's no genre excluded. I listen to everything. So
That was
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, no, it really livened up the kitchen because it was like late hours and it was cool working with you there. Yeah. That whole chapter seems like a blur. It seems like a dream being up north for like 4 months.
It's when you're in that kitchen, time doesn't move, and at the same time, it flies by. Especially once you get into the really late night, like 2, 3 a.m. It is a grind to stay awake and to see the light at the end of the tunnel for the next day. But it's part of the hustle. It's the sweat equity.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So I'm curious to take it way back and where did it all begin for you? Where did you grow up and how did you get into being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so my story is anything but linear. I grew up in Deerfield, Illinois, which is about a town over from the kitchen where me and Jonathan met. I've lived there my whole life. I've got one older sister, and I grew up pretty fast. My family was always traveling, my parents for work, so me and my sister really were on our own a lot. And so we were very always a little bit more mature than everybody else in our age group. And sometimes that's a blessing, and sometimes also it's hard to make friends and relate to people around us. But that led to me just being very independent individual and always wanted to do something different. When I got into high school, I continued my baseball career that I've been playing since I was around 3 years old, and actually received a scholarship my senior year to play baseball at a small Division II school in Michigan called Davenport University. It was one of the greatest moments of my life to see the hard work pay off. Got to school in the fall my freshman year last year, loved everything about it. There was something missing when I got home from winter break, and I got to where I wanted to be, and I didn't feel like I was there. I wasn't doing what I was drawn to do. And so what did I do? I looked up to my mentor, my mom, who's been a business owner for 30 years. And I said to her, I said, I want to start a business. I want you to teach me the ins and outs of what to do, how to run a business, how to be a good businessman. And it was December 24th, 2023. And we decided we would sell chocolate covered peanut butter balls using a cherished family recipe that we all grew up on. And since then, I went straight to the grocery store, started price checking, and I haven't looked back since.
That's amazing, man. Starting so early. By the way, that product is amazing. I love those.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, no, they're a party favorite for sure.
Oh yeah, and then the ads that I see all the time are just hilarious. Like you're definitely doing everything right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm trying. I'm doing a lot of testing. Food and e-commerce is an extremely difficult business to be in, and it's a lot of A/B testing. And so I found that there is no wrong decision you can make being an entrepreneur. It's impossible to make a wrong decision because what do you do if you make a wrong decision? You just make another decision and you keep pivoting. And so once I kind of got into that mindset of nothing I do is wrong, it's just a matter of learning, I've just really let loose and tried everything.
Nice. That's a great
Yeah.
mentality. Would you say with your journey, what is the most powerful experience that you have ever had that shaped the way you see things, like that made you realize you're capable of more than you think? Like, was there a pivotal moment?
That's a really good question.
Like, in other words, were you always confident in, knowing?
No,
Okay.
no. It came to me when I was in sixth grade and I was severely bullied. I was extremely overweight and really didn't have any friends. And I looked in the mirror. I remember this. I looked in the mirror, basically said, you have two options. You can figure it out or you can continue this life. And I continued that life for another year. I didn't figure it out. And it was actually the pivotal moment when I went for my doctor's checkup in seventh grade. He told me I'm the healthy weight of an 18 to 19-year-old, and I was 12.
Oh, wow.
And that scared the living daylights out of me. And since then, I haven't stopped, and I've pushed myself every day. I lost 60 pounds in that year. Started running. I ran a half marathon 8 months after I lost 60 pounds,
Nice.
and then picked up my baseball journey, and then picked up my fitness journey. And I've been fitness has been a huge part of my life. And for me, it's healthy body, healthy mind, and I really preach that every single day.
That's amazing. That's a very inspirational story.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. With you sharing your story, what is your fundamental why, your driving force that has kept you going?
I want to become the best version of myself. I am deeply scared of regret, and so I want to try everything. Simple. Simple answer, but that's why I want to be the best version of myself because, and maybe I'll never get there, but the journey of trying to be the best version of yourself is where actually you become the best version of yourself. It's the journey.
That's amazing. Man, I like that. This is kind of a fun question, but based on your journey so far, if it was turned into a movie, what would the title be?
I would say Charlie's balls because that's what everybody on campus calls me. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm known as, the peanut butter ball boy or Charlie's balls, because we sell the best tasting chocolate peanut butter balls. But for real, that I would call it Charlie's balls because my life is crazy, and baseball peanut butter balls. I'm always surrounded by something in a ball form.
That's funny. I mean, that could be the episode title for this episode.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I like it. That's cool though that your product has taken over, the college campus.
Oh yeah, it's a great motivating thing to see random people recognizing you. You go to the library, you go to the gym. Um, I actually met one of my best friends now. He came up to me at the gym and said, I said, "Hey, are you the peanut butter ball guy? I think I've seen your videos." And sparked a conversation. We've been best friends ever since. We're going on a trip to Georgia actually this weekend.
Nice.
And so it's brought a lot of positives that are not anything cash related, which is really cool.
That is really cool. And random question, what part of Georgia?
Savannah.
Oh, you're gonna love Savannah.
Yeah. Yeah. Savannah, Georgia. Yep.
Have you been to Georgia before?
I have. My mother lives there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you been to a restaurant called Snooze?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Uh,
breakfast restaurant. Yeah. Yeah. I've hit them all up. Yeah. It's the
oh wow,
best. All the food there is so good.
it's amazing. I was gonna say if you
Yeah.
had it, I was gonna recommend it, but that's cool that you've been to so many
Yeah.
places.
It's a great town, good weather too.
Oh yeah, that's about 7 hours from us here in Sarasota.
Yeah.
It's not too far. In the mindset section, if you can go back and give your younger self a piece of advice, like one piece of advice, what would you say?
We will have breakfast tomorrow. And what that means is whenever you think the walls are caving in or you can't do it anymore, you just tell yourself, no matter what happens, you will wake up tomorrow morning and have breakfast and continue on. And it
Like
brings a
that.
lot of peace. It brings a lot of peace to me. And my breakfast has been a part of my day where I really value it. And I sit down and I gather my thoughts, write in my journal, do what I need to do for the day. But telling yourself we will have breakfast tomorrow just simplifies everything. It takes whatever problem I'm having with the business completely out the door, whatever I'm feeling with at school out the door. It's like, I'm just going to eat breakfast tomorrow morning and move on. We're going to continue going. It's just one day after another.
That's powerful. That's, so simple but so powerful at the same time. I like
Yeah,
that.
I like simple. Simple is how I understand things. I often, more than often, whenever I'm in a meeting or talking to somebody for the first time or learning about something new, I always use the phrase, please dumb it down to me like I'm five, every single time, because I don't understand unless it's in simple terms. And a lot of people struggle. They don't even know how to dumb things down because they're so caught up that they forget who they're talking to. And then they're telling me all these things about their business. And I say, I don't know a single thing you just said because I'm not in that industry. If you're talking about tech and all of this a year ago, I would have no idea what you're talking about. Now, because I've learned it, dumbed it down, I can now understand it and then apply it.
Man, that says a lot about you, about your mindset and honestly character, because that phrase is not only showing your curiosity about how much you want to learn, but it's also showing humility. Like, I don't understand, you don't care about being judged, you don't care about,
Not at all.
that's amazing. It's so powerful because it shows that you just want to be a student of life and you know where you're at, you know where you want to be.
Yeah. And I know how to learn. best. A lot of people, it's not that they're doing the wrong things, it's that they just don't know how to learn or what works best for them. They need to get a schedule down. They need to sandwich their day. And what I mean by that is their 30 minutes in the morning and their 30 minutes at night need to be the exact same. It doesn't matter when it happens, but you need to sandwich your day. So you do the same thing in the morning for 30 minutes, same thing before bed for 30 minutes. Whatever happens in between happens in between. And it's that mindset of just consistency and discipline and where you can lock in. You put your phone, you don't even touch your phone in the morning. You don't touch your phone 30 minutes before bed. Doesn't matter when, it just has to happen whenever you wake up or when you go to bed.
Interesting. So the sandwiching your day. So, however you start your morning, like if you read in the morning, you say read at night. If you meditate, you say, that sounds very beneficial. But what made you do that?
It was actually a mentor of mine taught me that he did that, and it was a military technique to keep people on pace and see the light at the end of the tunnel, have breakfast tomorrow. And it was a technique where your brain actually is its most powerful 30 minutes post when you wake up. But if you fill it in with checking your work email, going on social media, all this stimulant and dopamine, you ruin it. So you have to really, really continue to keep your brain calm. You have to do meditation, motivational, that you can listen to motivational speeches, a podcast, for just breathing exercises, taking a or a hot shower or a cold shower. I'm a hot shower guy, not big on the cold showers, but just something and then just follow that system to a T.
Man, that's very powerful. I'm actually gonna start doing that, and I'm gonna tell my girlfriend because it is just so simple, but it seems like it'll be a game changer, honestly.
Anybody can do it because people say, well, a lot of these times, like, well, I go to bed, or they tell you to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. Sometimes it's you're going to bed at 3 a.m. I'm not going to wake up at 6 a.m. I'm going to wake up when I'm going to wake up. So it allows for those excuses to be thrown out the door
Yeah,
as long
yeah.
as you get it done. Yeah.
I like that because this doesn't apply to a time frame. It's just the overall big picture. For sure. Do you have any morning rituals or anything? I mean, because this kind of ties into that. Aside from this, is it part of other morning rituals?
Yeah, I like to always make a good breakfast. My go-to is a plain Greek yogurt with some fresh fruit, a little bit of honey, and that's it. And I eat that almost every single day. And it is just, I don't even think about, I like it because I don't have to think about it. I just make it and I eat it and I move on. I'm really big on eggs. I eat a lot of eggs but I eat eggs throughout the whole day, not just in the morning. They're a great source of protein and they're quick and easy to make and they taste good with a little hot sauce.
Oh yeah, I love eggs.
Yeah.
We have eggs
Yeah.
every morning.
Yeah.
That's
So rituals definitely make breakfast. It's a bad habit, but I do check anything work related because I need to know how I'm going to plan my day, what happened the night before, and then I always take a shower. I think it's important. You have to refresh your day, clean yourself, and always look presentable. However you leave your room is how the world's going to perceive you. So whatever you're wearing, what your posture looks like, what your hair looks like, that's how people are going to perceive you and they will treat you differently depending on what you're wearing and how you showcase yourself. So I always make it a T to always be showcasing the best version of myself.
very well said. That's a lot of value for sure. Getting into the fitness and diet and sustainable health section after this next question. For this next question, it is: what's your advice for those struggling with self-doubt or lack of motivation?
Everybody struggles with it. I struggle with it. It's inevitable. It's something I'm working on every single day. I face it every single day. The My best piece of advice is to tell yourself that everything happens to you for a reason and don't ask yourself, why is this happening to me? Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? And I'm trying to actively integrate that into my life, but just know everybody else struggling with self-doubt, not thinking they can do it. It's part of being human. That's why so many people get so comfortable because they never can face those fears.
That was amazing, man. Really, thank you for sharing that. Very, very well said. It's funny because you said you like doing things on your feet and you're good at it.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
these answers are just like,
Yeah. No, I told you. I know how I work.
yeah,
I do a lot of public speaking here on campus, so in front of big lecture halls. And a lot of the times I don't even practice. I just walk up there. I make a slide deck, I just walk up there and whatever comes to mind, it just flows. And I'm very fortunate and very blessed to have that skill. And I thank God every day for it because communication is key
oh
in
yeah,
anything you do. Business is about communication. inability to communicate is a liability. It cannot be a liability in the business world. So I've really prioritized my communication skills, being able to connect with anybody, anytime, anywhere, any language. It's all about connection. Human interaction is key.
Definitely. I completely agree. I feel like most of the problems in the world in general are a lack of communication or miscommunication.
No doubt. Yep.
For sure. This section is a little more gym focused, and starting out is what is your biggest gym pet peeve? It's kind of a fun question.
For somebody else or for me?
Honestly, it could be either, but I'm thinking more so like what you don't like people do at the gym. Like, so pick
Yeah.
one from that.
My biggest pet peeve is when people at the gym who, and I don't judge, but who are obviously they lack experience, have no feel of time,
No urgency.
no urgency. And it's like, you have to read the room. Like, that's one thing about experienced gym goers. It's take the weight or how strong you are out the picture. It's just everyone's on kind of on the same schedule. You know, you're allotted time and you get out of there and you move to another machine. I go to the third largest school in the country. I'm waiting for machines for 15 plus minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I've been to the gym with every single piece of equipment, three people back.
man. Dang. That's frustrating. They're probably on their phones too, right?
Yeah.
Uh
Yeah.
yeah, gym etiquette needs to there needs to be like a standard for gym etiquette. Well, I'll make sure I preach that.
Yeah.
What? I mean, how has fitness shaped other areas of your life beyond just physical?
It's the confidence it gives you. I think that's the biggest thing. It gives you so much confidence. And when you're confident in what you do and how you almost feel unstoppable. And that's what you need when you're an entrepreneur to feel unstoppable. Like nothing can come in between you. Knowing that my physical health is at its best version as it can be allows me to sleep well at night and know that I can put forth my best effort in my work, in the work I do, and know that my brain's functioning at its highest capability. But it's just it really comes down to the confidence key. When people recognize the hard work you do, it shows your discipline. Like I said, your body's your image. You're in good shape and you look fit, you look the part. People already put you on a pedestal above somebody else because of that discipline they can visually see, and it's so important to help separate yourself like that in the world.
That's so true. I noticed that people did treat me a lot differently when I was like really skinny, when I was younger and like really skinny, and then when I was like bigger and like leaner, like people just seem to be more, you're right. They can see that you have a certain mindset and they automatically give you respect.
They give you respect. You get that one up before you even open your mouth. And I'm trying to take every one up I can. If you can't even discipline yourself, how can you run a business?
It's
How
a good
can you do anything? You know? How can you have goals if you can't even discipline your own mind? You have a lot to work on. I don't want to go to and I say I don't like going to the gym because I feel like it's when you do it so much, it just becomes, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to wait around for machines for 2 hours and stand there. Like that's not how I want to be spending my time. I'd way rather take a nap because my mind is killing me or my head hurts or something. But you have no other option. You can complain, you can have excuses, or you can have results. You can't have any.
I like that. You can have excuses or you can have results. Man, that's a good reminder. Like all of us need to be reminded of that.
Yeah. I hear a lot more excuses nowadays.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. What's the coolest gym you've ever been to? Would you say? Like, 'cause I know you've traveled a good amount.
Yeah. There was this gym in Miami Beach on 8th Street outside, and they had like benches, some machines, free weights, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, you're
Right
talking
on the
about
beach.
on South
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On South Beach. Yeah. That's the coolest gym I've been to. It was really felt like you were in a movie like Baywatch or something like that. And I just had a fun workout. I just hit arms and chest and the fun stuff. But yeah, that's the coolest gym I've ever been to.
it is a cool gym. I went there years ago, but I haven't been there, and they've updated it, so I need to go back and check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. When you're at the gym, what do you listen to? Do you have a specific song that or playlist that pushes you through?
Like I said, it's I'm weird. I listen to whatever I'm in the mood for. I have country, jazz, EDM, rap. Today, for example, I listened to a lot of Rihanna today. Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I like to mix it up. I get bored and the songs keep me locked in. And so I like to sing along too. I think music is my favorite part, one of my favorite parts of lifting, to listen to music. Yeah.
That's cool you get to blend both. Like, in
Yeah.
a sense, we're not, not like most people that just kinda listen and, zone out, but it sounds like you really do appreciate it just as much as being at the gym, so it's kinda like 2 for 1.
Yeah. No, I love music. It calms me. I mean, music can change your mood. It calms you down. So it's been a big part of my life for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
I think a lot of people undervalue the power of music and what it can do for you. I mean, music has been around for thousands of years. There's a reason for that. And so I really see that music can motivate you, get you hyped up. Sometimes that's what you need, a little kick in the butt to get hyped up. If you're feeling down, it can bring you up. But if you're feeling down and sometimes you just want to go through the ringer and cry it out, like there's music to help you do that. There's music to help you study. Like, love it. Love it. It's
Oh, yeah,
endless. Yeah.
that's a good point. What, have you ever had an embarrassing gym moment? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I played college baseball. I was always it was me every week who would do something stupid, embarrassing, do too much and then fall over. It was always me. So I've got many. I can't even count my embarrassing gym moments. I
yes,
just embrace them because if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough.
absolutely. Man, that's so true. So true. The last question from the gym section was, I just lost it. Oh, yes. What was your most challenging time within your fitness industry? Like the first challenge that you encountered? I know you started young.
I love to eat, and and when I say I love to eat, I mean I'm eating normally 6 to 7 thousand calories a day if I wanted to,
Wow, really?
with ease. And so, it took me 3 years to really figure out, like, if you really want to look the part, you got to stop eating. You got to lower your calorie intake. So I was always pretty buff. But now I'm more toned out. I've learned how to eat less calories, still getting the protein in, a shake for a meal. But that's been my biggest hurdle is I can eat all day if I wanted to, literally. I'm never full. It is like great for the bulk, horrible for the cut.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was gonna ask you your training routine. What do you do for a typical training routine throughout the week? You do like a split?
Yeah, so I work out every single day. I see the gym as my place to get away, and it's where I zone in. I can think about whatever I want to think about. I think about nothing if I want to think about nothing. I do. I have 3 days. I do chest and tries. Then we have a back, shoulder, buys, and then we have some sort of legs with a light cardio. And then that third day rotates every week between then light legs and forearms.
Okay, so you kind
And
of
then
everything.
everything. And then after every workout or before every workout, I do a little bit of cardio. And then I do either some sort of abs or something on the mats. And then every single day, I get my pull ups in every day. Yeah. Love pull ups. They're extremely challenging.
Do you do like, as many reps as possible, one set?
I do 30 a day. It's been my number.
Huh.
And I've just seen incredible results with this, and I do not recommend it for everybody because a lot of people do need rest days. I've been doing this for so long. I know how my body works, and I know what weights to use, what weights to not use in certain days, when to push weight, when to not push weight, and my body's never felt better. I feel like unbelievable.
It's nice.
Yeah.
No, that's a cool routine. It's kind of like a bodybuilding split, but then some functional aspects and intuitive lifting in a sense. You kind of feel it out, but you have that structure where you switch every other.
Yeah.
Interesting. And it's cool that I agree completely with the intuitive side because you can't really quantify everything because you might stay up extra late one night, you might not eat enough for a couple days. And so I agree. I like the intuitive lifting.
Yeah. And I don't even count reps. I can't remember the last time I count reps. I just go until I can't pick it up. That's literally, and I mean, I'm so casual. If I do 2 sets, I'll do 2 sets. If I do 5 sets, I'll do 5 sets. I am not your average gym goer anymore. I've just kind of found what works. Also, my schedule is so busy throughout the day that I was going every day at the same time, but now I'm just trying to go whenever I can get in. And so I try and maximize my time in the gym.
I see.
Every,
That's interesting. You
yeah.
don't count reps at all.
No, I just go to failure. Yeah.
That's
I
been
think counting reps, I just get bored when I count reps. Like, yeah, I
you
don't
go
even want to, yeah.
so
Say it
heavier
again.
some you go heavier sometimes and just, get as many as you can, lighter sometimes, get as many as you can. Okay. Very
Yeah.
intuitive.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
very scrappy, but I love it. Like, and I don't recommend it. Um, but I believe I don't recommend any training plan that anybody writes because the only training plan that works is the one you make yourself. I'm a firm believer of that. People come to me asking me all the time, give me a training plan, write this, do this. How did you do that? And I'm like, you just learn. Like, I'm not going to give you any advice because if you don't know how your body works, you are not going to follow the training plan. You need to get in the gym. You need to be in the gym consistently for 6 months, figure something out, and just stay to it.
Yeah, yeah, and you know yourself best, and everyone is different. So that's yeah, that makes sense.
And some people are truly lost and don't know what to do, and so like they need that guiding support. Once they get a feel of how to do exercises and what they should look like in proper form, it's a matter of you have to figure out what works for you and what most importantly, what works for your schedule. That's the most important part. A lot of people overbook themselves when it comes to coming to the gym.
Oh yeah, and then it won't be sustainable because
Yeah.
most
Then
people
they
are all
quit.
yeah, exactly. No, that's very good insight. Yeah, I feel like people are all or nothing where they can't attend one week, they drop off and they start eating unhealthy and then kind of spiral down instead of just doing what they can do and trying to make it work. It's just a
Yeah.
common mentality, yeah. Um, any special recipes, or I mean, any special diets that you follow, or you just eat balanced, intuitive?
Yeah, so I do no sugar, keto. I limit the carbs. I have a little bit of carbs, and then just high protein veggies. Drink a lot of milk, but yeah, no added sugar, no processed foods, nothing fried, just all clean ingredient, like clean fueling foods that don't make you feel like sitting in your stomach. That's the diet, and I've been doing that now for a year and a half. And the slip ups, like they happen, and I don't even care that they happen because when 90% of your diet is fine, you can have a brownie here and there. I mean, I had 3 brownies the other night, and like nothing. Your
Yeah.
body's just so your body's so used to the foods. If you can eat consistent foods, your body gets so used to it. Brownie, you feel like kind of not the best, and then you just move on.
Yeah, that balance is so important. That's good. You have. It sounds like you have such a good balance.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
no. It's just a matter of getting the right nutrients in every day and feeling full. For me, it's very hard for me to feel full, but this helps.
Yeah, no, the high protein for sure makes sense. Do you have any specific recipes aside from your product? Do you have any favorite recipes that you will make for yourself?
No, again, I'm a very intuitive guy. Like I don't even measure anything. Dinner of mine that I dinner of mine that I eat a lot. I do ground bison, chopped red onion, mix that in a pan, and then a little bit of white rice. Mix that all together, and then I scramble some eggs with it. I call it a dog bowl. Yeah, makes about like two makes about like 2 to 3 servings. So
Bison, rice, red onion, and egg, and you call it a dog bowl.
dog bowl. Yeah,
That's awesome. The name is just
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
That
and it
honestly,
is. It's very good, very good.
I was gonna say, because I mean that's like almost like fried rice. Like I'll add some egg and rice if I'm trying to make like a fried rice
Yeah,
with the meat, more flavor, the onion. Yeah, it's almost like a fried rice. That sounds amazing.
it's a clean fried rice. It's unbelievable. You can't go wrong. I'm gonna make it later tonight. I know I am. Yeah.
Dog bowl. I'm gonna make that and tag you one day.
Yeah, no, you should. And then you put a little, you can get crazy with it. Like I put one hot sauce, I put another hot sauce. You can chop up some fresh veggies and put it on top. Yeah, no, and then a glass of milk. Perfect. That's my go-to. And you can't get sick of it because it's so good for you. You feel so good after it. It's the flavor. I mean, you eat it every day, it gets a little boring, but you just feel so good after. That's what gets you hooked.
Yeah, no, I like that. I love putting olive oil on everything, so I'm gonna make that
Yeah.
and just drench it in olive oil.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Man, for a college student, it sounds like you eat well.
I try, I'm very fortunate to be able to eat like that, but I make it a priority of mine.
Good.
My nutrition. So I don't spend money on garbage so that I can spend money on nutrition and eating proper foods.
Nice. No, that's a very mature mindset because, as you know, I mean, you see it firsthand. So many college students just eat whatever.
Oh yeah. And it's
Yeah.
hard. It's really hard when everybody else is doing it.
Oh yeah. Can imagine.
Yeah.
Um,
But
do you have a favorite cheat meal? I know you eat balanced, but like if you're going to have, like the brownie.
yeah, my favorite cheat meal is literally anything unhealthy. Like I eat everything, fast food, you name it. Like it's so good. Favorite cheat meal is buffalo wings, like drenched, fried, buffalo sauce, ranch, like all of it. My favorite. I can eat 100 million wings. I feel like. And pizza, the two go-tos, like that combo. I'm having a good night.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that is a good combination. And those wings are so little, it's
Yeah,
you can't just eat like three or four.
I mean 20, 30, 40 at a time. Yeah,
Dang,
yeah,
40, man.
yeah. I pushed it up to 60 once.
60 wings. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah,
That's like, yeah, three or four orders of like, because usually it's like 12, I think is the most, or like 16.
yeah.
Man, that's
No, I
crazy.
know. Yeah.
Dang. The career section, what are some parallels between career and fitness that most people don't realize?
Work ethic. You have to do the little things right for anything to work. If you're not responding to emails or not putting your best forth to every single email you respond or every encounter, you're kind of not really showing your full self, or, you're not eating as well, you're not drinking enough water. It's just you have to do the little things because that's what adds up and that's what makes the big things happen. But it's definitely that's the biggest parallel is a work ethic. It will take you places. If you have a strong work ethic, nothing can get in your way. Just fail and you learn and you fail and you learn and you just keep going. Endless cycle.
100%. That's,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I mean, it took me 3, 4 years to get where I'm at in the gym. And I failed a lot. I learned what works, what doesn't work, what to eat, what not to eat. And it's the same thing with business. Million failures a day when it comes to running a business. Feels like it.
So symbolic of life. Oh yeah. Man, that's so true. I had so many imbalances and injuries along my journey and had to fix them. There were no shortcuts. And then performance-wise, there's no shortcuts. It's yeah, gotta put the work. You get in what you put out.
100%. And you have to believe that.
Yeah, that's so true, man. What are some non-negotiable habits that help you stay productive and focused? And we're working towards the end.
Good night's sleep, key. I can't do work in my own apartment. Like I have to be somewhere else doing work. I have to be somewhere else. I bounce around places all over campus. I like just action around me. And then if
I
I
see.
just like it. That's a non-negotiable. The gym every day, another non-negotiable. That is peak. And then obviously the diet. You have to. It becomes something you don't even think about. You just know what to order. You look at a menu, you know exactly what you're looking for. If they don't have it, you know exactly what questions to ask. You just know. You don't and it's like when you're working all day long, if you can cut 5 seconds of having to think about something here and there and all throughout your day, you're saving yourself a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy.
That's interesting. You say like your thought process is to be efficient and save that mental and physical energy for what matters. It seems
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah, most people don't
It's
even think about that.
it's all about everyone always asks me, how do you have time to do any of this stuff? How do you have time to have a life? And it's really not that hard as long as you can find something that works for you and then just stick to it. And then things will happen and you'll be like, okay, I know I'm going to fall back on whatever. Like maybe I want to go out and hang out with my friends tonight. I know tomorrow I'll be right back on track. I never make the same mistake twice. And there's never 2 bad days in a row because then it becomes a habit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So you do it once, whatever, it's fine. You go back to your schedule, and then you keep going, and it happens. And you have these little days, and then you don't even think about it. Okay, I'm gonna go out with my friends. I know tomorrow morning I'll be up at 7 a.m. I'll be working all day. Like I don't even think twice about it.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good mentality for sure. You have a lot of unique perspectives on many things, especially, being, in college. Because I bet, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but are there a lot of students that are like-minded or no?
It's extremely hard to find, and
Yeah.
I'd rather be alone than be with low quality people because you are who you surround yourself with. So I'd rather have no one than have below average.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard.
It's a hard pill to swallow. But Warren Buffett talks a lot about One of the most important things you can tell preach people is knowing when to say no. It's so key.
Yeah. No, I can imagine, especially with people inviting you places and pushing things on you. It's can be a challenging time in in college, being surrounded by everything.
That's not it. I'm surrounded by everything that's nothing to me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
very powerful. You're definitely beyond your years, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, being 19 years old, the most important thing I lack is experience, and I have to always tell myself you have to be learning every single day. And so right now I'm so young. I'm like I'd be a fool not to try and learn as much as I can right now, so that I'm not making mistakes when I'm 25 or when I'm 30. I'm making mistakes now when I'm 19, so that when everyone else is graduating college, I'm already 5 years ahead of them.
I'm gonna say this now, and I'm gonna call it out. By the time you're 25, you're gonna be a millionaire, if not sooner.
I hope that's the goal, but it's not about the money. It's about
No,
the people you meet. But yeah, there's some financial goals there.
yeah, I mean, as a byproduct, because I know you're
Yeah,
focused on value, but
yeah,
as a byproduct, by the time you're 25, you're gonna be a millionaire. And let me know, not when you hit the monetary goal, I mean, but when you hit the value focused goal, when you that business that as a byproduct you become a millionaire, we're gonna celebrate. I'm gonna be like, I knew it.
yeah. And it starts now.
Yes.
And it started yesterday. Everybody else, say when's the best time to start? Today. Actually, when's the best time to start? Yesterday. You're already a day late, sweetheart.
Yeah, that's so true. Very true. How important has community and mentorship been in your success?
I wouldn't be here without it. Percent. The people you surround yourself with, the networks and connections you make, way more valuable than money. I would say if you're a well-connected individual and you're not getting after it, you're severely shooting yourself in the foot. Your network is what makes you a millionaire, and that takes you to that billionaire status of your ability to network and who you know. A well-connected individual has everything they want 2 phone calls away, which means if I call Jonathan and ask for help with my taxes, he's going to say, I don't know how to do my taxes, but I know Ryan. He's going to connect us to. That's a well-connected individual. I can have everything 2 phone calls away. That's it. And it is so key to have a strong network and mentorship, because without my mentors, I would be nowhere. They give you that kick in the butt. They tell you their failures so you don't make the same mistakes. And you learn from them. You have to be a sponge.
Absolutely. I like the way you said, 2 calls away. If the first person doesn't know, you can leverage their network as well. So it's literally, yeah, compounded.
Yep, leverage. It's all about leverage.
Powerful.
Big part of the reason why I got into the food industry is my mom's in the food industry. So I wanted to leverage all of her connections. I said, let me start there in the food industry and we'll see where it takes me.
Nice. No, that's
Yeah.
true. What is based with that being said, what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received from a mentor or role model?
You'll never meet a hater doing better than you,
I like that.
because those who are doing better than you want to be your mentor. They don't want to hate because they see themselves in your shoes. You'll face a lot of hate, criticism, embarrassment. People call you cringe. People call me cringe every single day. I tell them it fuels me up. Keep calling me whatever you want, because I know what I'm doing confidently, and confidently that I know what I'm doing. I'm not hating on other people. I'm just trying to better myself. And if you want to hate on me for that, go ahead, because you obviously have a lot of other issues you're dealing with. So I know I can never meet a hater doing better than me.
Oh, yeah, and that's interesting. You said people call, whatever you do cringe. It's probably people, younger people, right?
Nah, no, my peers.
Really?
Yeah,
So, like,
yeah.
college age.
They make fun of me, and I just say what I brush it off, because I'm not doing it for them.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I was gonna say, yeah, it's because by the time they get my age, 30s or older, I'm 36, they see and respect what you're doing.
They'll
So,
be like, "Oh, that Charlie kid, he just was on it before us."
yeah,
They just don't see it now. They have they It's because they have their priorities somewhere else, and so if my priorities aren't aligning with their priorities, they think I'm bonkers.
yeah,
So it doesn't really make a difference to me. Yeah, but
for
that's the
sure.
best piece of advice: is people, you will encounter haters, you will encounter failure. Take everything as a learning moment, and always tell yourself, instead of asking why is this happening, ask me what is this teaching me.
I like that. And yeah, no, I definitely respect your hustle and you are on the right track. You're killing it, really.
Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that a lot.
Oh, absolutely. It's so inspiring to see because there's not a lot of entrepreneurs. It's like 10% of the population or something like that.
Yeah,
To see, a younger entrepreneur doing everything right, because most people, um, I think like I saw recently the average millionaire is like it was like 40. No, the average age someone made their first million was like 37, but the average millionaire age was like close to 50 or something, or I think mid. I can't even remember. But my point is that it's even rare to see someone your age killing it. And so, yeah, man, don't listen. I know you don't, but don't even think about any of that negative. You're killing
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Thank you.
people are, yeah, for real. It's inspiring. It's inspiring to me what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. It's really hard internally to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I can sit here all day and give you all this advice, but that doesn't mean it's easy. The concepts are simple. It doesn't mean it's easy to implement. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't question myself every day. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't want to, throw all my businesses away and start something new. It's just part of the game, and it's just a matter of how long you can take it.
It can be a lonely path for sure,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the end of the day, I mean, tell me if you agree. I know I don't have a choice because I'm just being true to myself, and so being true to myself, it's an entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, no, you have to be true to yourself and you have to believe in yourself. If you can't even believe in yourself, how are you supposed to believe in your business?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And what I've noticed is, not everyone. You can't expect people to believe in your vision, because it's your vision for a reason. And when I was younger, I used to, be so excited about a business idea, and I'd share it with everyone. Majority of people would like shut it down. Like I was the only one that could really see the vision. It was, some people might see the vision and invest in it, but ultimately I learned to not expect others to approve or acknowledge or just to believe in myself.
you can't expect anybody to understand your vision. And one thing I've learned is I never have to explain to somebody why I want something. It's just because I want it. People ask, well, why? And I'm like, because I want it. There's no other explanation I need to give you. This is what I want. Now it's different if you need something, people ask why, and you should have a follow up. You should be able to answer that question. It's a valuable question. But if I want this or I want that, I don't owe anybody an explanation. I owe nobody an explanation to why I want it.
I
I
like,
want this because I want it. That's it.
yeah,
Simple.
I
Yeah.
like that. No, it's very, very direct, very simple, and it shows you don't have to justify anything to anyone.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I like that. Last couple of questions. What's the legacy you want to leave behind?
I want everybody to be the best version of themselves. I want everyone I interact with to feel touched, to feel inspired by something I'm doing or something I've done or something I've said. And that's the legacy I want to live. I want everybody to I, I want to walk into a room and I want to change the people around me and then walk away and let them grow. That's like the goal.
I like that. That's actually a good part of my why as well, is to help people reach the full potential. Definitely resonate with that. That's awesome. What is next for you? How are you continuing to push beyond boundaries and, personal fitness career?
What's next for me is to continue because it is so hard to keep going. People say like, oh, like what is your 6 months? What are you gonna be doing in 6 months or a year? And I'm like, I have to focus on tomorrow because each day is a grind. So if I can just keep going every single day and just put my foot down, do the little things right, fail, learn, implement, just continue that process. That's what's next for me. Is just to continue. I truly feel I'm on the right path, but that doesn't mean I'm not really willing to pivot anytime I need to pivot.
I see. Adaptable.
Yeah, you have to be adaptable. Hence why I started and I got into tech because I saw tech as where a lot of growth is, low overhead, easy to scale. And I had to learn first before I could even learn for 18 months before I can even think that I could have a service where somebody would pay me money in exchange to help them with their tech services. You just have to really put yourself through the ringer every day.
Yeah. And if you want to share exactly with your digital strategies, the consulting, if you want to share what you do, that could be a great segue into where they could find you.
Yeah. So Dumo Digital Strategies is something I started after launching Charlie's Crunch, which was an e-commerce focused brand delivering chocolate peanut butter balls across the country. And through Charlie's Crunch, I was able to gather around 500 hours total on sites between GoDaddy, Wix, and Shopify. The ins and out, how to optimize sites, how to run ads, how to run campaigns, the back end of Shopify. And I've turned myself into a Shopify genius bar for small businesses that can't afford major agencies or digital tech agencies. And I come to them at a lower cost. And I am not only a service for them, I'm a teacher, and I teach them how to use Shopify, the basic features of Wix, how to add a logo into GoDaddy, just the very basics. And I walk them through that. And I've become almost a teacher for them. And then we build a really good relationship. Currently, I'm building out 3 different websites for 3 different food companies, all with different flavor, or all with different types of sites they want and different styles. And we do what the customer wants. We're very customer focused. We're customer driven, and we're a business that's you're supposed to outgrow us, right? Once you get too big, you go to the next guy. And we are that stepping stone for businesses. When they're at the lower stages, we help them get to the next stage and create that online presence for them.
Nice. No, that's very beneficial. I actually am in need of that very soon, so I'm gonna have to reach out to you because my fitness brand, I'm trying to figure out the e-commerce side, the Shopify side to get some products lined up with everything else. So I'll definitely follow up with you.
Let's for real, let's serious. We could sell your stuff. Like, we can make a really cool site for you, no doubt. And we can sell, I know you're selling a course, right? A fitness course. We can, or I'm sorry, like, if whatever products you want to sell, we implement them. We can handle shipping. We do literally whatever you need. We get you set up and we teach you along the way. We hop on calls and I'm like, all right, I'm sharing my screen. You got a 30-minute lesson with me on how to handle orders because I'm teaching you this so that you don't got to come back to me. You
I
know,
like that.
that's the mindset.
That's awesome. No, it definitely will. I'm actually looking, I have a whiteboard and I'm looking at the structure. Yeah, I'll definitely follow up with you because I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And then where can people find you as the last thing, our closing thought?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. It's at Charlie Dumo, and Instagram, charlie.dumo. That's Dumo. You can also check out charliescrunch.com, order some of our family recipe peanut butter balls straight to your door, and be on the lookout for Dumo Digital Strategies. We are currently in works of building our own personal site. We get caught up building other people's sites. We forget to do ours, but we have to add value to the customer first. So yeah, just charlie.dumo across all socials. That's Dumo.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Charlie. I appreciate it. That concludes episode 25. I will hit this stop recording button, but it'll keep